Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I was awakened this morning listening to the Congressional Black Caucus as they were discussing the struggles that people of color are going through in this nation. And they're talking about efforts, what they think needs to be done, and they're talking about things that have been done that haven't been enforced, and what can they do this time that's different than what they've been doing that would give us a different result. Now, I'm not a member of that Congressional Black Caucus, but I am spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And I would like to make a suggestion if you want to do anything that's worthwhile. And I would suggest to you, all of you who represent people of color, is that in this 2000 presidential election, that you make a change. What you do is represent a change, the kind of change that this nation is going to have to make, because it can't be fixed. It's going to have to be made anew. So I am suggesting that you start advocating that all people of color in this presidential election make your plans to cast a vote by writing in Eddie Marcus, who is an advocate for God's government on earth, as President of the United States. You do that, people of color, and I guarantee you'll watch this nation jump. First of all, Donald Trump gonna start talking about, see there, the niggas trying to take over. Get your guns. That's what Donald Trump is gonna say. And a lot of Republicans are gonna follow, and all the haters are gonna go get their guns. Democrats are going to say, well, wait a minute, we can do that. We can do that. What's the plan? They're going to try to find out as much as they possibly can about how you plan on doing what you talking about doing. How does God's government work? Then they're going to try to hijack it. But they'll be trying to do something. They'll be trying to make some real changes. They won't be the kind of changes that is required. They won't be the kind of changes that will bring you peace, prosperity, freedom, and joy of life and the fulfillment of your dreams. They won't give you, every citizen, the basic requirements for life, like food, clothing, shelter, education, and healthcare. They won't do that. They won't want to give everybody a career of their own choosing, or get out of the way and allow everybody to have a career of their own choosing, that they might participate in the creative process of producing all of those goods and services that rest in the reservoir that we can access at our will. No, they can't do that. Only God can do that. And you tell them that Eddie Marcus came back with a plan that we can talk about. We can sit in the boardrooms and we can sit in the coffee shops and discuss exactly what we want, which are those things that he just mentioned, and how we're going to get it. And we'll do it God's way. And I don't want anybody to think that God hates women trying to look good, wearing your hair like you want to wear it. God is not against that. Those are people who don't know God that tells you that. God is not against you dressing like you want to dress. God is not against you partying. God is not against your lipstick. God is not against your nail polish. If that's what you want to wear, for whatever reason you wear, do it. It has nothing to do with God or evil. Evil is in a man's heart. And when you say, well, Jezebel, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay these people any attention. They're sitting around here for 400 years watching you suffer in pain, and then they're talking about God. They didn't give you this message about freedom and liberation. I did. This is a message about a God that loves you. So I suggest that you try a God that loves you instead of the God that allows you to just sit and wallow in pain and suffering. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.